Hello, this is Matti. There's a little bit of ground that has been already been covered here, but I think I'd like to go a little bit, tread a little back towards about using pedals with the Marshall because I've found out new things. I'm constantly learning new stuff. So last time when I talked about using pedals with the amp, I was using the normal channel with a lower gain setting from the amp and getting most of the distortion from the pedals. This time, however, we're gonna take the other route that's not normally how it's done, by using gainier amp sound. What I mean by gainier, this. So nothing like, none of that. None of that, this is my clean sound. None of that. It's pretty easy to forget yourself in that sound. But I digress. So a couple of sample pedals, I think you've seen all of these in my previous videos, and if not those, these should be really familiar. Like I have a tube screamer here, I have the Super Overdrive, I have the DS1 and the metal zone. And just like let's actually start with the DS1, and I will put it to a setting that I would normally use with this pedal, and we'll see how that goes. Actually, that was a little better than I expected, because let's increase the gain if I can show you what I'm talking about. At least first you can hear a lot of hiss, and then okay. So now we're nearing the issue. So now it gets all flubby like that. That's not how I like it to sound. The issue here being is that while the amp is gained up like that, it's creating a lot of harmonic overtones. That's what we call distortion. And that's basically adding some high frequency content to the signal. Now, when we're using a pedal like this, the DS1, to distort the signal even before it hits the amp, we're adding another set of harmonic overtones there. So they're basically multiples of the bass frequencies that are there. So we're adding more of that stuff there. The amp is adding even more, and it starts getting like oversaturated, I think would be a correct word. So it's not like this aggressive and tight sound anymore. It's more like woof woof, and like this kind of, it loses the edge of the distortion, I would say. And the way to kind of mitigate it that I've found out is to actually lessen the distortion from the pedal and increase the level. Let's put it actually to full, because it's not gonna make it louder. It's already compressing that much because it's way past the edge of breakup. So let's see again without the pedal. Let's try it with some Sabbath riff. It's rather good actually, but a little fine pointer about the tone. So this is like a good setting many times when you're using like lesser amounts of distortion, but depending on your amp, kind of its characteristic sound, you might like, if you're overdriving, you might find that it's very beneficial to kind of try and find out a good sweet spot for the tone knob. So let's try that. That works, doesn't it? I kinda dig it. So enough for the DS1. Is it just a fluke that this pedal works like that? Well, let's forget the overdrives now because we kind of know that they work. But I guess I could show the super overdrive with the similar idea. So without it. So I'm not adding a whole lot of like pedal distortion. Instead, I'm more like adding a level, like a boost, and the characteristics of the pedal, like the frequency characteristics of the pedal start coloring the sound, and I'm like getting the main distortion out of this box here, which has a really magnificent distortion. So I'm not replacing it with the pedal, I'm kind of coloring it more, as you will. I guess you could call this like gain stacking maybe. Yeah, but let's try the metal sound for interest, because this many times is being seen like a really stinker of a pedal. So as you can see, I've set the distortion quite low, and what I've also done, the EQ is really twitchy, so I've tried to find a place where it's kind of bright, but not it loses its nosiness. And let's see if I have managed to set it up like that's English for you. Little suffering for the benefit of you viewers. That was a long stretch of downpicking for me, but hey, I thought that sounded rather cool. Let's try something else. Maybe. That's pretty far from the squealy sound that I was perhaps expecting. This is rather transparent. Transparent. Not transparent at all. And this really, at that amount of gain, it's really not adding too much distortion, but it adds kind of like a certain edge to the sound. And with the powerful EQ, the powerful EQ settings, I've been able to kind of tone and shape my tone to a place where it's pretty exciting distortion wise. A little bit messy. I think it's missing a little bit of clarity, so there's still a little bit of tweaking to be done, I think. But yeah, that about covers it. So the main ideas here. Maybe you don't need that much gain from the pedal when your amp is already cooking. You probably love the amp's own distortion, so you don't want to replace it with something completely different, but color it with the pedal. So leave the distortion or the gain settings a little bit lower, and we're not trying to reach unity gain here. Like normally if you have like a clean amp and you add a distortion, you don't want the volume levels to kind of jump up like crazy when you set it up. So normally you set the levels so that it's at unity gain to the clean sound. But this time around, since the amp is already cooking and compressing, increasing the level from the pedal doesn't actually increase the volume from the amp. Let's just check that out. I'll prove it to you. Like. So there's really not much of a difference. Obviously, if you turn it back really loud, then you will hear a difference. But mostly it's just like changing the frequency spectrum so that it's more audible instead of kind of increasing the levels that much. So increase the level, experiment with the level more than normally. That's my like the core that I've kind of experimented with currently. Yeah, that's all I had. It's been a long video, so hope someone gets something out of it and hope you like the tones. And see you next time. Bye bye.